Ladies and gentlemen of the BNL Board of Directors, this is an eyes-only brief detailing the exciting new corporate initiative we're calling Operation Cleanup. By now, I'm sure we're all aware of the situation with the planet. After years of burgeoning profits coupled with a shrinking global real estate reserve, we've found ourselves in a historic position of being without a planet. But folks, we have a plan to make things better, way better. BNL better. Our synergistic solutions team of BNL scientists, sociologists, and growth management consultants have come up with one humdinger of a plan. Cruise ships in space. A 5-year plan to whisk the population of Earth away into a glorious tour of the cosmos. While back on Earth, an army of BNL super automatons take charge of the cleanup. The Wall-E's will gather, cube, and vertically stratify waste into orderly towers. Mobile BNL incinerator units will then take over, reducing each tower to a combustion stream while harmful vapors are simultaneously pumped out of the atmosphere, getting the Earth scrubbed and polished, ready for recolonization by our tanned and well-rested citizens. The backbone of this operation, the Wall-E robot. The Wall-E's will lead us into a bold, clean future for all mankind. Operation Cleanup, providing unparalleled environmental benefits for Earth, epic benefits for humanity, and a sizable profit margin for every BNL shareholder because we're all in this together.
Wall-E is a Pixar movie made in 2008. It is set on a dystopian Earth about 800 years from now. Extreme overconsumption, encouraged by the massive company By and Large, has left the Earth covered in mountains of trash and humans have long left the planet. Our titular character Wall-E is the one left to clean up the mess. He is a robot with a likable personality and he is very determined to clean up the planet, although sometimes he does feel a bit lonely. One day, he meets another robot from space named Eve. He falls in love with her and hitches a ride on her spaceship. He then discovers that this spaceship is actually populated by humans. They have been on this spaceship for many generations, and the spaceship, also made by the company By and Large, is a technological paradise, where all their physical needs are met by robots and computers. Sitting back in their floating chairs, they wait for their ark to one day return to Earth once they detect plant life on it again. But most humans have forgotten about the goal of this journey. From the moment we first see these humans, it is clear that technology has not been very good for them. All their desires are constantly gratified, and this has turned them into lazy and helpless creatures. They can't walk, they don't even talk to each other face to face anymore. They are morbidly obese, helplessly incapable, and everything that they do is mediated by technology. Later in the movie, when the AI system of the ship turns on the captain, it is even clearer that the movie is, among other things, a critique of humanity's relationship with and dependence on technology. It often seems like we as humans are becoming more and more dependent on technology. It is something we can all notice in ourselves and the people around us. Since we all have phones, for example, most of us have become significantly worse at mundane things, such as handwriting, navigating, or scheduling our tasks. While the smartphone has made our lives more comfortable, it has also made us less capable when we don't have it, and therefore it makes us more dependent on it. On the spaceship, which is called the Axiom, this effect of increasing dependence has been taken to an extreme. The humans there are hopelessly incapable. They look like babies because they have become infantilized by their technology. Growing up as a human is about broadening your horizon and your capabilities. As a newborn, you can't do anything yourself. After a while, you can maybe hold a spoon to eat or crawl on the ground. And eventually, you learn to walk and you start to explore your surroundings. As a child, your calling is to learn how to do things yourself. Things that other people used to do for you. Technology has done the opposite to the humans on the Axiom. It took over things that they used to be able to do themselves. Take this to the extreme and you end up with a society full of adult babies. What's also notable about the people on the Axiom is how similar they all look. The only real difference between the people is their gender, their hair color, or maybe their skin tone. They have lost all individuality in their activities, how they dress, etc. They all sit in the same chair doing the same thing, and therefore they have very little reason to have any individuality at all. The loss of individuality can arise from the use of technology. Technology is never catered to any one person's exact needs, because technology is always designed with the norm of the average user in mind. This means that whenever you use the technology, you have to conform to this norm. In short, to enjoy the comfort of technology, we have to surrender some of our individuality. Just think of how many times we need to adjust our own behavior to make our usage of a certain technology easier. It happens more often than we think. Many philosophers, such as Jacques Ellul and Marshall McLuhan, argue that this effect of increasing dependence is something inherent to technology itself. In other words, there is something about technology that tempts us to increase our usage of technology and stops us from reflecting critically on it. The people on the Axiom spaceship surely feel this temptation. They tend to fix their problems, which are brought about by technology, with more technology. This techno-fix mindset is illustrated by the following scene.
Hey, drink the bud. Here, take the cup. Hey, take the cup. Ah!
Please remain stationary. A service bot will be here to assist you momentarily.
Stewards? Hello?
Please remain
help.
stationary. A service bot will be here to assist you momentarily.
What's that? What's going on? John? No.
Thanks to the hover chairs, the people cannot walk anymore. Thanks to technology, it has now become a problem when they fall out of their chairs. But the solution they come up with is also technological in nature. In other words, they choose to employ more technology instead of addressing the root of the problem, which is that the hover chair itself has a problematic effect on humans. Marshall McLuhan writes that this dependence on a psychological level arises from our own subliminal and docile acceptance of technology. According to McLuhan, we are numb towards the effects of technology. This numbness arises from the nature of technology itself. Technology is an extension of our capabilities as humans, and just like how you aren't aware of your hands when you grab something, you aren't aware of the technology itself when you are using it, and our habitual usage of technology makes it more difficult to look at it critically. McLuhan believes that through democratic participation in the development and employment of technology, this technological dependence can be avoided. For the humans on the Axiom, however, this has always been difficult since all their technology, even back on Earth, was made and controlled by a single commercial entity. Jacques Ellul describes this temptation as more of a religious or cult-like phenomenon. According to him, ever since the times of enlightenment, we have had an unconscious sense of respect for technology. Nowadays we see religion as something spiritual and technology as something non-spiritual. Technology is seen and presented as nothing more than complicated contraptions of physical mechanisms, so we are convinced that there can be nothing fundamentally bad about technology. Jacques Ellul describes this as a sacred aura we have given to technology, which makes it extremely difficult to properly critique technology as a whole. Many sociologists suggest that religion serves mainly as a social focus point of human effort, and according to Ellul, technology can serve the same purpose. Let's look at the moment in the film where two humans truly connect for the first time.
Oh, so many stars. Oh. 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 Hey! Hey, that's what's his name? Oh,
Hey, what the?
look at that.
What? Hey, I know that guy. It's, Wally. That's it. Hey, Wally.
Hi,
Hey, it's your buddy John. Hey. Hi.
Hi.
As you can see, this happens when their hover chairs break down and they are forced to look around and look at each other for the first time. Later, these same humans perform their first act of rebellion against the machines when they splash this lamp at the pool. The more they escape from their technology, the more they realize what is going on around them. Eventually, they realize that they need to help Wall-E, Eve and the captain to steer the spaceship back to Earth. In the end, the humans finally reach planet Earth. Thanks to Wall-E, thanks to Eve, thanks to the captain, but especially thanks to their escape from the grip of their technological lifestyle.
Pizza plants!